Welcome to Black and Gold Today, brought to you by Ray Brandt Infinity. I'm Rachel Whittaker. Well, I don't know about you, but I was shocked at the Saints' loss at Cleveland. But for the second straight game, the Saints just did not finish. We could point fingers for days. The stagnant first quarter, the pick six, and team defense falling apart late. Bottom line though, the Saints have soul searching to do and communication to improve, as Sean Payton said.
Just relative to the turnover battle, you know, really it's 1-0 yesterday, and so not getting any takeaways and losing by one increment. When you take the last two games, you know, we lost that battle by one, and you know, both those games finished, you know, in closing field goals. So it is significant when you're looking at, you know, games that are that close.
Now joining me on his way back from Cleveland is Saints columnist Larry Holder. Well, Larry, the Saints forced no turnovers on Sunday and could not put the Browns away when Drew was sacked on 3rd and 5. They were up by a point. So, I mean, how disturbing are these gut-wrenching losses away from the Superdome? I mean, they can go 8-0 at home, but if they can't win on the road, it's not going to help at all.
Right, and it's not like when you go 0-2, your chances of making the playoffs are great. They're around 12%, and so you know the Saints are staring that in the face right now. And the way they lost on the road, I would be more worried and troubled if they were just getting blown out on the road. The fact that it came down to final drives both times, you know, I think there is still room for a little bit of optimism, because again, the Saints had both of those games. And I think Drew Brees is right. He's said one play could have made a difference in each of those games, and he's right. One play could have made a difference. And so, look, if they go and lose to Minnesota in that same fashion in the Superdome, I think then you see that big old red panic button. Well, it's time to press it. But I think they could still. This team, to me, is too talented for them not to be able to overcome this. But you would have thought they would have been able to pick up these two wins because they were so talented. So it's definitely a head scratcher at this point.
Up next, we'll talk run game. Stay with us.
In the fraction of time we spend driving in reverse, about 500,000 accidents occur each year, which is why the Infiniti QX60 has world's first safety technology available, like backup collision intervention, which can brake even before you do, to help keep everyone safe.
Welcome back. Well, I do want to note that the Saints' run game is working wonderfully. The balance is something that, I mean, I don't know if any of us predicted they would be this balanced at this point in the season. But when the Browns were dropping back 7 DBs at some points, Larry, did they run the ball enough?
Here's the thing: if they would have won the football game, I don't think we'd even be asking this question, because look, the run game was definitely prolific when they actually did run the ball. Now, I know in the first half when the offense wasn't moving so well, they probably should have done that. But you get in the second half, you have Mark Ingram and Pierre Thomas, Kyrie Robinson. Look, all of those guys again played a factor, and the Saints put themselves in a position to win the game. And it was look, Jimmy Graham had a big day. So even though they were taking away some of the wide receivers, he had a really big day. So I don't necessarily question the Saints' plan. Now, if the Saints' offense, again, didn't give themselves a chance to win by being ahead, you know, and saying, hey, defense, stop them one more time because we just gave you guys the lead. You know, if this turns out differently, then we're not questioning it. But I think maybe in the beginning of the game, they probably could have run the football more. But look, the second half is when really the offense decided to show up. And again, they put themselves in a chance to win the game, and defense couldn't make a stop. And now Saints are looking at 0-2 right in the face, and it's more about them trying to get this thing together rather than saying it's a bad day at the office, because it's happened twice now.
Right. And the defense again for the second straight week. I thought for sure that they would come out with that killer instinct, but again, they just could not get that stop. And the Vikings now virtually a must-win at the Dome. So, Larry, thanks a lot for the time.
Thanks, Rachel.
And join us Tuesday for a Saints Trivia Challenge and more. See you then.